Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. Do you know the Vibras?
Because we know the Vibras.
I'm your host, Juanadon, and I'm with my co-host,
Micah Carrasco, a.k.a. Mr. Golden.
Yeah, and on today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the development of, a lot of things that we use on our day-to-day life, things like technology, fashion, also things in general, like just a couple. What's the other one?
Like the way certain things have changed, how we see people and stuff like that, different type of things.
Yeah, so just how things have changed, like in the years, and what we can expect in the future as well. So today's quote is gonna be from Michael. Let's see what he has today,
All right,
guys.
today's quote is: "Progress cannot happen without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." And that was said by George Bernard Shaw.
You want to analyze that one a little bit? It's interesting, man.
That is very interesting.
What made you choose that one?
I think it's because, in order to see progress, we definitely have to adjust our life and change little things. Even like changing the small habits in life can go a long way.
Yeah, so that applies to today's episode. And let's just start it off with fashion and how much fashion has progressed from, there's not a set date that we want to start from, but just from something we could think of. Let's say, for instance, the baggy clothing and how much it has changed.
That has changed a lot. Like, I remember probably like, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
But probably like 10 years ago, the way to go was, baggy, little baggy jeans, baggy shirts.
Triple X shirts.
Yeah, kind of like that. That meant that you were like kind of fly and stuff.
Yeah,
and
also the shorts.
The baggy shorts, the jean shorts, the jorts.
The jorts. I got
jorts.
some on today.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it has changed so much, and it started to transition slowly but surely. I believe when the skating trend was starting to explode with like Lil Wayne.
Yes.
I think he started the skinny jeans.
The skinny jeans trend, yeah.
But wow, man, I remember when the skinny jeans first started, man, it was like abnormal because you were so accustomed to seeing the baggy clothing.
And people kind of like saw it like if you wore like skinny jeans, you were like, from the other team.
Facts. But it slowly but surely started, incorporating and it became more of a trend. We could even go as far back as to way before even the oversized clothing and how people used to dress like hippie-ish with afros and that kind of style. Like how much it have changed. Like even hairstyles itself have developed
definitely
with time.
Yeah, that really has. Like back in the days, what was the go-to haircut was like kind of like an afro type of thing.
Yeah.
Now us, people of like black background, like waves is the way to go. Waves. Or if you have the J curls, that hasn't changed a lot.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like curls have been a thing that, from generation through generation is something people appreciate, and really like people that have curly hair rock that style a lot.
Well, honestly, if you think about it, bro, I think that music has had a big part in like styles and the development of them.
I agree.
Like, for instance, I think that a lot of people, like for instance, that view music videos and things like that, they like kind of want to take part and like have that same style that their favorite artists are having. So it kind of like it starts with an artist that begins a style and then it transitions to the general public.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like Drake. Remember every time Drake has an album, he does like a design here. I remember, I forgot which album was it, but I think it's where he has his head in the cloud, and he had like that little swirl.
Yeah.
Everybody, like all the kids, started doing it.
Yep.
And kind of
one that was a big trend, man, was the Wiz Khalifa patch, like the golden patch.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a huge trend. So there you can kind of see how music artists are trendsetters and how they are a huge part in the development of styles. And also, like, for instance, this may be a little bit off topic, but like say there was a thing where Kanye wore like some Air Maxes and they took a picture of him and like the sales skyrocketed.
It skyrocketed. Yeah, like because we see like this people with big influence that wear something, even if it's something like really basic, just because somebody with a big influence and we see them wearing that particular item, we're like, oh, for me to be like Kanye, I have to wear Air Max. I mean, what's Air Max or Air Force?
It was Air Maxes.
Air Maxes, yeah.
Nah, in sports, it's a big thing. Like, for instance, like basketball, some shoes would sell because, kids would think that they would be able to dunk like Jordan if they bought his shoes. Or there was these one shoes that marketed in a way where they had, like, the ability to make you jump higher. I don't remember the name, but I know you guys remember there was this shoe that, make you jump higher.
Probably some LeBrons, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about shoes, I'm starting to think, I don't know why Heelys is like ringing in my mind right
man. Now. Crazy thing. So when the Heelys came out, I had like a freak accident and I couldn't like really walk. At least my left foot, I couldn't like set it down.
Yeah.
When Heelys came out, after I was able to like actually walk, the first shoes I got my parents to buy me.
Oh yeah, I had a great time with them. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, when I was training to use them, like, you gotta get accustomed to it. It's kind of like the hoverboard where you had to learn how to do it. So the Heelys, man, I busted my ass so many times.
Man, I remember when they banned them from
the schools and everything.
From the schools.
That's what I'm saying. So when I learned how to use them, I couldn't wait to use them in school. Like, I was never late to the bus. Yeah. I was always on the first one on the bus, and then my elementary school had like this little steep. So I used to always go down there, man. Wow,
man, that's where.
I'm gonna have to get me a pair, man.
Yo, right? They're kind of coming back.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find some. Yeah. I like.
I remember like when Skechers made like their own little version that you used to press the button.
Yeah. I didn't know about the button. I know you had to used to clip them into the shoe.
Oh yeah, the original Heelys. Yeah, you had the little tool that gave you when.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave you a whole kit. Damn, man. Wow, good times, bro.
I know.
What else do you think we should transition to music and how music has drastically changed over time?
Yeah, let's do music.
You could start it off with like how we want to have more of a variety, not just the hip hop culture, but in every culture. Like, music has changed. If you'd say like the instruments used and the bass, like the instrument or the beats, also like the stuff that they talk about, so like rap has changed so much because, usually back then it was more, like, what was it, like more hardcore in a way?
It was more, each song was more of like a story.
Storytelling.
Yeah, like NWA.
Every song actually. Oh, so every genre would be storytelling.
Storytelling.
Yeah. So
it had transition where like it's kind of like still has that same like characteristic where it's like the artist trying to tell a story, but now most people are rapping about guns change. There's a couple rappers that still do like the really like impactful lyrics. Like we can see how some of Jay-Z work. Really, really heavy on the lyrics. J. Cole, from the younger guys, YBN Corday, he has like some lyrics in there, and it kind of like it takes you through a whole story, which that's how it used to be back in the day, especially with NWA.
Yeah,
Ice Cube and them guys. That's how music. From my understanding, that's how music used to be.
But then slowly you would start to see the mumble rap becoming more of a thing. Like mumble rap has become way bigger than what it should be. I mean, you're starting to lose more of the like what music should be, and now you're just listening to a song because the beat is catchy and the beat is something that makes you move your head. So I mean, I'm not crazy like on Cause I'm one of those people that bump my head to beats, so I'm not crazy on like the actual lyrics. I mean, I am, but it's not like I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is not music because of the beat. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, there's people that are like hardcore, like on, oh, that ain't music, that's BS. Like old school people. If you have this conversation with old school guy, they would bash this generation. But yeah, man. So,
but what's the funny thing about that? When they were younger, their old folks would say the same thing about the music that they were listening to.
So it's just with time, man. Things starting to change, and even in the future, it's gonna be things that we're gonna want to say that our mumble rap was better than whatever is going on in the future itself.
I agree with that part right there.
Any other things you think in general that have developed over time?
As far what a lot of people don't know, I know this because I took like a music appreciation class back in college. Music really originated from one genre.
Really?
Like all the genders.
Oh, all genres came from one genre.
Yeah, from one genre.
All right, so they like,
and that's
like
back in the like jazz.
The jazz,
like
really?
boogie. Yeah.
So every song has the jazz influence.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like the beat, like for example, hip hop mainly like the drums and all that type of stuff. If you listen to country music, and mainly like the guitar flow.
Yeah.
So if you listen to like old music, probably like 20s, 30s, and you hear like that boogie type of style music,
that's true, bro. Cause I actually seen a TikTok, I think it was, where they had like showed how a older song, like a jazz song, was sampled into like 5 different songs in the course of like years.
Exactly.
So a piece was added to each one.
Exactly.
So it was taken from one year to another era to another era to another era.
Exactly. And it's kind of cool because that like it preserves that history of music.
Oh yeah, definitely. One thing, this is a kind of interesting one that I was thinking about earlier. This is, way different than the thing we're talking about, but it still shows how much things have changed over time. And it's, how airports are different now. Like back then, you didn't need to have a passport to travel.
You didn't even need to go through like quote unquote security.
TSA, TSA. So now you need, all these security measures, which are good.
Yeah.
But it also delays your process.
It does. It has its pros and cons. That's how I see it. But due to that, there's a lot of businesses that have come up with a brilliant idea, which is like Clear. Mm-hmm. So instead of waiting, in a big line for security and all that, you just purchase like this membership type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And you are able to like bypass all of that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I've seen that. Like one time when I was coming from Dominican Republic, there was I think it was like a baseball player. Man, he jumped the whole line. Like he didn't have to wait in line or anything.
Yeah,
that's a good life there, man. You don't have to deal with no headaches. Just go there, go with go on time and fly on time as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dang, man. Let's see. Any other things that have developed over time? Oh, TVs and
electronics.
Yeah,
let's rush into the electronics.
Yeah, so wow. Definitely phones first and then TVs. Like I remember flip phones were
yeah. And funny thing is about phones is that they used to be huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like
the
you had to
ones.
carry like a bag and then you had the phone like, and that thing was probably like this big.
Dang,
and you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, they developed from that big thing to then they went to flip phone.
To the flip phone. So they went like smaller, and now with introduction of smartphones.
How'd it go from small?
Yo, you know why? It's because now that video has become such a popular thing, a lot of people, especially when they're on the go, they'd rather watch videos on their phones instead of, having an iPad.
Yeah.
But that thing is too huge. Like, most people want something they can pull out of their pocket while they're waiting or something. Yeah. And you can watch videos.
Nah, yeah. But I like to talk about how, like, it has evolutionized, like, from the flip phone. Then it went slowly to, like, I remember the Sidekick was like it was still a flip phone in a way, but, like, it had the touchscreen effect to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it went slowly developing, bro. Wow. So it's like, it's so beautiful to, like, see how things, like, develop.
Yeah. Even, like, when touchscreen became popular, you needed that little stylus.
Yeah, but look, now let's say this. I seen a commercial. It was like that there's a touchscreen phone. It's like reverse, man. Now it's going back to flip phone. There's one where like it's
the Razor.
I don't think is it a Razor the one?
Yeah, the Razor came out. They came out with a more like up to date version. So it's a flip phone, but it's touchscreen, so you don't have any physical buttons, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. So also Samsung has one. They call it the Z Flip.
I think that's the one I'm talking about.
The Z Fold,
it's a fold.
Like same concept.
Yeah, but now let's talk about like the TVs. How TVs used to be like this. They used to have that big butt on them. Is that the word you can use for them? I mean,
isn't it
back?
A butt?
Back is a back. In Spanish they say, yeah, never mind. But so that's what I'm thinking about it. But yeah, they used to have that big. I don't know. Was
the
that
back? How would you say the back?
All right, so yeah, they had that, and it's now they're like paper thin, man. So it's like crazy. Smart now. You can talk to it or put something from your phone onto
the TV. Yeah, and then now you can connect them to the internet.
Yeah. Now we can even talk about how like it has changed. Like cable television is starting to become less and less relevant.
Yeah, and one of the things because cable's price has been going up now.
I don't even know why they're going up if they're not in demand.
That's the reason, is that whole supply and demand type of thing,
Yeah.
like since they can't afford, they can't afford losing money just because they're not bringing customers in.
Yeah.
So you have to raise the prices to the people that are already customers, and
that's not right, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think even even people from older generations are incorporating the smarter TVs into their daily life because it's easier for them. All they have to do is talk to a device, and even Alexa is a thing now. Like,
yeah.
So,
bro, we can talk about that. How like this smart speakers, like the Alexas, the Echo. Sorry, Alexa.
Oh,
I'm not talking to you. Like the Echo, Amazon Echo. What else? I think Google has something like that.
The Hey Google joint.
Yep. Yeah, and then you have the Apple now starting to putting a big emphasis on theirs, and it's kind of crazy, bro.
You know the bad thing about that is, bro, it's slowly making people more lazy.
Yes.
So that's something that we should talk about, how people are becoming lazier with the advanced technology. Self-driving cars, these things that you just talk on to, put music or, watch TV and things. Man, slowly but surely, man, this country and every other country is going to be so behind, and like they're going to be so mentally like behind, bro. It's like sad, bro, cuz like
right.
Everybody's going to be, at home more.
I feel like
not engaging
with technology. It depends what way you use it. If you're using it the right way, like the Amazon Echo, all those like sort of AI devices are meant to enhance your everyday life.
Yeah.
Like, little tasks. Let's say if you are really busy in the morning, you can say, "Hey Alexa, what's the weather looking like today?"
There she goes again.
Exactly.
Actually, that worked nice.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be used, and not people. I feel like people used to take so much advantage of that type of stuff.
Yeah, nah, man. See, I'm not a big fan of it because I just think it promotes laziness.
I feel that. So, I see how you can. I see that point of view for sure.
Yeah, like the self-driving cars, like you can't be that lazy where you
don't
want to
drive. They're not really self-driving because they require you to have like the Tesla. If you go a certain amount of time without putting your hands on the steering wheel, it will actually stop.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of a safety feature to keep you alert and all that stuff. Again, it's supposed to enhance your experience, not what do you call it? Replace. You driving.
Another thing we could also talk about is like how like I was driving today and I realized like wow, like CDs are starting to become less and less like used, like how now everything's just Bluetooth,
yeah.
So it's just interesting how things has changed.
I feel like auto car manufacturers still add it on there just because of the older people.
Yeah,
but I feel once like the baby boomers, people that were born like 30s, 40s, 50s, even like once they start,
Yeah, but I think everybody's glad that they are becoming more uncommon because the struggle that people used to do with their breath.
Yo, bro, like playing video games,
man. Video games as well. Used to have alcohol swabs.
Yeah, and even video, bro. That's crazy. Like, Sony and Microsoft are now making consoles that don't require you to have this, and like honestly, like my Xbox, I don't remember the last time I bought like a disc CD. I just download everything on there.
But I mean, it's smart though because now they could like, so when you're ordering things, like if you're buying a digital game, they have like more promotions of other things on there for you to buy other things. So it's kind of like working better for them.
The only thing that sucks about it is like how when you had the disc, see, like back PlayStation 2, even like Xbox 360. Once you were done with the game, you didn't want to play anymore. Just take a trip to GameStop, get a couple dollars for it, and buy a new game.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that sucks about having the digital games.
Right.
I feel that.
So that's an interesting one. So I thought about the CD things this morning, and I was like, wow, we had to talk about that as well. One that I'm thinking of is like the self-lacing shoe technology. That's what I'm saying. This technology stuff is making people lazier. You can't even tie your shoe.
Man, honestly, I don't tie my shoes.
Well, all right. So look, I remember when I learned how to tie my shoe. From like SpongeBob. No, SpongeBob. Hey, shout out to SpongeBob.
Yo,
man.
SpongeBob
he taught me how to tie my shoe, man. It was that song. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I was there sweating, but surely I figured it out. But yeah, man, like I showed you yesterday, like there's this people like self tying shoes are becoming more a thing. So it's just like, man, all this technology is making people lazier. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm happy with thing evolutionizing and changing. Now, since comments from you?
Yeah, I mean, since we're still in the topic of electronics, I want to point out computers.
Oh yeah,
you remember like?
Oh yeah,
like definitely. A terabyte computer used to be like the size of a house, bro.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, a computer is like this small. My computer is literally this small.
Mine's is installed to the back, so it's ready, like it's already installed. So it's just like I remember and the noise they used to make.
Yeah, you click the button and the fan. You had like. Yeah,
they used to always get damaged, so it's like it's just a beauty to watch how things have evolutionized from back then to now, and it's still a lot of room to grow. Like to think like what can happen in the future is like scary, but also like intriguing.
Yes, that's a good word, man.
Hey, man,
I like that
word. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Any other comments you have for the people?
Yo, man, no. It's funny how we see things that we interact with over the years. Although we notice the change, I feel like sometimes the change, we don't really like pay attention.
You don't realize it. Like you're living it and you're part of the change, but you don't realize it.
Yeah,
and you don't even see it happening in front of you. Like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
That is crazy, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, cool. And an example could be like you see a kid grow. You wouldn't realize it, like how fast they grow, and like you don't see. I mean, you see the change, but you don't notice how fast the change happens.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. That could be an example.
That is true.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. This is the Vibras podcast. We hope you enjoyed this one. Guys, remember to subscribe on every digital platform and always subscribe.
And let's vibe.
Peace and love.